here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have a system. For example, myself, my name is Lakshmi Narayan. We are from Bangalore, and total I have around 14 plus years of experience in SAP space. I worked on the SAP BW, SAP BW, SAP B4 HANA, Native HANA, and the BODS, bots, and the reporting side like SAP BEX, BW BEX reporting tool, and the SAC, and also in SAP BO web intelligence areas I worked. Okay, I handled multiple projects like development, upgradation, okay, support projects, multiple areas I worked on the SAP space. Fine. So, so coming to the Datasphere, I have 1.5 years of experience. Okay, 1.5 year experience in SAP Datasphere as well as in SAC also. Fine. So today I'm going to give the demonstration on the the overview of the SAP Datasphere. Okay. So if you have any questions, you please raise immediately. Fine. So we have a company, that is what LG Electronics is a organization, enterprise, is running business around the globe. Fine. Now to operate my business, okay, what is required? We know the areas. One is the OLTP system, the other is the OLAP system. This is my OLTP system. Fine. Then my organization is LG. Good. So LG is operating business around the globe. That means it has business in 64 countries. Fine. So whatever transaction it is, okay, a master data transaction or a transactional data transaction, whatever it is, a master data part or a transaction data part, whatever it is, this is my business system. Okay. For example, today they receive a sales order. Okay. So here, how to keep the sales orders? Fine. There is in SAP. This is what this is kind of a solution. What is the solution? My solution is a package. Okay. Let's give background here. LG. In LG, there is a system that is what OLTP system, online transactional processing system. Fine. So what is the main aim of this? It is what it always maintains the current levels of data and it always focus on the running system. Yes. Okay, running business. Fine. Now means what? Okay. So LG operates whatever the daily activity is. Okay. That means receive sales order, execute the delivery, okay, execute the invoice process, maintain the stocks, maintain the procure to pay process, inventory, okay, all HR activities, finance activities, whatever it is. So these are all comes under the daily activities. Fine. So there is a dedicated system for this in okay, to operate the OLTP system. So there are some dedicated systems. Okay, so you know the SAP is the is a ERP solution. Okay, to operate my business on daily basis, there are some n number of transactions to operate on daily basis. What is required? We need a package. What is the package? ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, is the package. There are multiple packages. There are multiple vendors there. JD Edwards, Oracle Financials, PeopleSoft, like that. So many are there. But coming to all, or to all, SAP is the best one. Okay, SAP is a German-based software, ERP-based product. Okay, SAP means SAP systems, applications, and products. Fine. So SAP defined various servers. The first server is to operate the business. Okay, it requires a server. So what is that? That is what SAP ECC is a system. Enterprise Core System is a server. Now the same thing we call it as, now it is called S/4 HANA system. Okay, the old model is ECC. It's a enterprise core system to operate my business at the front level, at the business level that I need. ECC is required. The same ECC enhanced with the format of the S4 HANA, S by 4 HANA system. Fine. Now, S by 4 HANA is the same, it provides the solutions at the business level. Fine. So, with the help of S by 4 HANA, what can I do? Okay, you can process your orders. Okay, there is an order form. This is our form is developed by the SAP ECC system, SAP S4 system, and you fill the details. Okay, whatever the details are there, you fill it, and at the time of saving, when you click save it, then where it goes, it all will go store into the database. Okay, this is the database. So the business started in the year of 2012. From 2012 to till date, the records are stored in form of database, right? 2025, right? All records are placed, okay, safely into my database tables. What are my tables? Sales tables. Sales order data stores in form of sales order tables. Okay. So there are tables defined by the SAP system. Here VBAK, VBAP, okay, VBUP, UK, something. These are all the tables. Okay, VBEP, all these are all the tables. Right. So data is there from 2012 to till date. So that means around 13 years data being placed here. Right. 13 years data. Like your bank transaction. You have an account in HDFC in the year of 2012. Till date, you are doing transactions, and when you do transaction, here the red one, so system stores that records data, the transaction details in form of table. Okay, so this is kind of an application. Banking is an application. Here sales is an application. So you can you can use the different types of transactions, sales orders, delivery, billing, okay, multiple things. Okay, so all the data is there. How many years of data is there? 13 years of data is there. Right. There is the other system. Okay, that is what? Analytical system. LG operates two systems. The first one is the OLTP system, that is always focus on the business. Okay, on daily basis, it should maintain, it should keep all the transactions in a proper way. All transactions should be in valid format, and all transactions should be stored in form of tables. Okay, so that is the valid one. My OLTP is always focused on the, it always explains the right now scenarios. Point one. Yes. Yes. Okay, it always explains the right now scenarios here. That means right now, let me know the status of the orders. Right now, how many orders received? Right now, how many orders delivered? Right now, how many orders billed? Okay. So this right now concept is kind of a current status. We call it as current status. Correct. Now, almost all my transactions are valid transactions. Okay. So that means my system S by 4 system, for example, it may be a ECC old concept or the new system, that is what S by 4 HANA system. Okay, whatever it is, the main focus of this is it always focus on the running business. Okay, so here this is the one here. Now data is there, 13 years data is there. Okay, so business needs only the latest 2 years data. Okay, you have a bank statement. In your bank statement, you don't want to see 2012 data, 2013 data. That's what whole historical data. You want to see the latest 2 years data. So that means you want to see 2023 to till date. That's a valid one, correct? So here also business needs only the current levels of data. Okay, so not all. Okay, so that is what 2 years data they want to see, not the historical data. But the data is stored over here. Everything 2012 to till date data is there. Okay. Now, business side, there is a requirement came up. Okay. The requirement is analytical reporting. Analytical reporting. What is the meaning of analytical reporting? Okay. What is the meaning of analytics? Business wants to take some decisions. Okay. So OLAP is the area. They want to they want to do forecasting their business. They want to do planning, okay, their business. They want to set some objectives, okay, like goals to their business. They want to take some rapid decisions, strategic decisions in their business. So, for example, if you take the South region, sales are going down. Why? They need to, in case of sales, okay, so sales, so a specific area, sales is going down. Why? So they need to check, okay, they need to take some strategic decisions on immediate basis, okay, to forecast my business, to plan my business, to set my objective goals, and in case of business issues, okay, sometimes business goes down that time, so organization management should take the uh, strategic decisions, okay. So for all these purpose, what I need to do some analysis, okay, do analyze your business. Okay, so where is my business? The business is there here. Almost all 13 years data is there here. Okay, so the business is stored in form of database tables. Okay, the data is there on daily basis. Okay, you want to apply a loan, for example. 13 years transaction data, bank statements are there here. Your loan manager, he wants to see only your 3 years data, latest 3 years data. That means they want to see, okay, from 2000, okay, 21 to, yes, or 22 to till date 2025. They want to see latest 3 years data. Okay, so they don't want to see all historical data. Why they need these 3 years data? To understand your financial figures. Okay, based on that, they will take a decision. What decision it is? Strategic decision. Yes, it is what? Strategic decision they need to take. Correct now? Strategic decisions are not the normal decisions, because I need to start a business, for example. Okay, so the business, you need to analyze a number of factors. What area is good? Okay, which location is good? What are the public demands? Which business suits for me? Okay, based on my budget levels, I should decide. Okay, you can choose a course after the graduation, after the intermediate, after your PUC, whatever. Okay, so to buy a car, yes, analysis is required. So at business level, business needs, okay, to take some strategic decisions on this. Okay, what is required? You need to do analyze your business data. Where the data is there, 13 years data is there. Okay, you should analyze 13 years data to take some strategic decisions. Okay, these are the 4 cases here. Yes, how do I bring my all 13 years data to here? That is the one thing. Okay, there is a dedicated system, that is OLAP, in OLAP area. This is what part 1. Okay, so on daily basis, business records like your bank transaction, this is part 1. So you are applying for loan, that is part 2. Okay, that means you are reusing your data, your bank data, 13 years data, okay, in this part 2. That means in your loan process, the data is required. For example, employee performance. Employee joined in 2012 to till date, the same organization. But the manager, he needs only the 1 year data, not all years data. Okay, it is a collective data. 3 years is a collective data. Okay, so what a manager needs, you should provide. What loan manager needs, we should provide only those transactions in form of bank statement. Right now, there is a dedicated system here. That is what SAP BW is one system, business warehouse system. What is the meaning of warehousing system? I will explain that. SAP BW is a product of SAP, and here this is what is a product of SAP. ECC is product of the SAP. The same is enhanced. That is what S by 4 with the HANA database. SAP is having its own database. That is what HANA database. Okay, the old one is ECC, and the latest is S4. Here the old one is BW, the latest one is SAP BW 4. These are all cloud based, on-premise based. solutions, on-premise based solutions. These two are. But what is the new trend? I don't want to go for the on-premise. I need to go for a cloud-based solution. Okay, in warehouse area. That is what SAP Datasphere. Yes, this is my product. Yes, SAP released this. Okay, I will explain what is the difference of this on-premise and cloud. Okay, so this system is Datasphere system is a complete cloud-based system. Okay, that means on rental base you get the service of the Datasphere. Okay, so you bring whatever data is required. Okay, so here there is a concept of target table. In the target table, what you need, I need only 3 years data, for example. Okay, you store the 3 years data, extract from here and store here, and then like this. Okay, 13 years data is there. First you need to define, yes, yeah. So this is my, yeah, 1 minute. Okay, this is my target system. My target system is SAP Datasphere. Fine. Okay. So select the one here. Here it is. SAP Datasphere. Yes. SAP Datasphere is the system. Fine. Now, SAP Datasphere is the system. Fine. Now, what I need is, this is my target table. You need to define the model. Okay. No, I don't want to define the model. Directly, I bring my table. My tables are there here. This is my table, order table, the purple one. Okay. The amber one here. These two tables I should bring directly. Okay. I should replicate these two tables directly. I can keep two here. Yes. Right. You bring these two tables to here. Two tables. But I don't need all the data. Okay. I bring the required table with the structure and data. Okay. What I need is, I don't need all data, years data. I need only 13 years data. I need. This is kind of a replication. So you got the tables here. You replicated these two tables. On top of that, you can define a model. Okay. You can define a flow. Right. This is the flow. Yes. Okay. Level 1 and level 2. Yes. Level 2. And next is level 3. Okay. Multiple levels you can maintain. Okay. So here, level 1, level 2, level 3. I will explain why do we need all these levels. Okay. Now, yes. So here, these two tables are there. I replicated these two tables from source system to the target system. My target system is Datasphere. And here, the tables are there here from the source. Correct now? These two tables. And placed to here, replicated to here, and then I define a model 1. On top of model 1, I define model 2 and then model 3. Clear? So at business level, business needs a reporting, right? See, this is a report. What report? Analytical report. Okay. They need a report on top of the on sales. Okay. So here, this is what a reporting tool. They simply define a report on top of this. Correct now? So total 3 years data captured, okay, transferred from source to target. So what kind of reports they need? They need to define different types of dimensions. Sales, region wise, sales, okay, sales division wise or sales organization wise, okay, year wise sales, okay. They need to study their business, okay, year wise, yes, year wise, fine. Next is the organization wise, year wise. Next is month wise, quarter wise, or you can, next is country wise. Okay. material group wise. Okay, material group wise. Next is customer group wise, wholesale customer, retailer customer, one-time customer. Okay, different types of standard group customers are there. So you can define various reports on top of this. Employee group. Okay, employee group wise like this, or sales group wise. Okay, material group means plastics group, furniture group, electrical group, like that. So you can define various reports on top of the model. Okay, model 3 is there here, right? So you bring the tables, replicate the tables, okay, with the help of the connector. Okay, this is step 1. Okay, step 0. On top of that, define the model 1, define model 2, and define model 3. Okay, on top of the third model, you can define report. What report? Analytical report. Okay, how many models are there here with the dimension wise? There are some 7 reports there, 6 reports there. You define these reports. Okay, this is the development for a single system. S4 is a system here, a single system. Okay, so to do this, what I require is, this is the requirement first. What is the first step? That is what step number A. A is the requirement. Yes. Okay, business needs 6 reports. Okay, business needs 6 reports with the historical data. Okay, it may be a 3 years data, 5 years data, 8 years data, whatever it is. Business should define this. Okay, from 2022 to till date, they need the data, 3 years data. That is the requirement. Okay, so what kind of reporting it is? Analytical reporting, right? Because they need more historical data. Okay, what are the systems required? Okay, systems are there. Okay, this is what step B. This is a system. What is a system? SAP system. Okay, it may be a S/4 system or ECC system, whatever it is. You need to identify your source system. S/4 system. That is what B. Why? Because data is there here. Okay, on daily base, this is kind of a transaction. You will get a form. Okay, fill the form, get the form, fill the form, save the form, store the data in form of tables. Okay, you are booking a movie ticket. You are booking a order in e-commerce site, Amazon. You are booking a bus ticket, train ticket. Okay, when you click submit button, so where it goes? It stores in form of table. It stores into the database. Correct now? So this is B system. Okay, source system will take care of all your daily activities. Your business process will be handled by the business system. That is B, S/4 HANA system. And C, that is what? For the analytical reporting, I need to develop my models. I need to bring the tables, develop the models, and on top of that, I can define a report. So for that, I need a dedicated system that is called warehouse system is required. Without warehouse, you can't. Okay, that is C system. So in between D, B, and C, I need a connection. That is what? D. Connectors are required. Without connector, you can't bring the data. You can't replicate the table structure with the data. That is D. Okay, once D is there, then you need to define a model. Okay, that is E. Okay, E. Once the models are ready, then you need to define a report. What reports? 6 reports you define. Correct now? And then inform, you validate these reports. That is what step number G. Validate these reports. Once valid, then you should inform you hand over all these 6 reports to business. Correct now? That is kind of H step. Okay, step number H. Okay. So total A to H steps are there. Okay. You are a Datasphere modeler. Okay. What are your responsibilities? Once business defines these reports, now you need to care about the next level steps. That means step number B, you need to check the source is ready or not. C, system is ready or not. Next, the connectors are ready or not. Okay, so everything is ready. That means source, B system, E4 system, and C Datasphere and the relevant connectors are ready. Then you need to execute the replication process. That is what step number D1. Okay, D1, right? So replicate the process. Once replicate, you need to validate those tables are properly replicated or not. Okay, from source to target, from B system to target system. Yes, D1, D2 are comes under D. Okay, use the connector, bring the data from source to target. Next, once done, you start your development in Datasphere. Once development done, okay, you need to define reports. That is step number F. Next is you validate all these reports as per the requirement. Reports are exploring data or not. Then hand over these reports to H. Okay, there is a kind of a landscape process, how to transform from development system to quality to production, that I will cover in the sessions. Okay, this is just a typical overview of the SAP Datasphere. Fine. In the Datasphere, what things are there? Okay, so let me explain one by one. Okay, here. Just how do I connect my SAP Datasphere system? SAP provides a free trial version to you. You will get the access and you enter your credentials. You get the SAP Datasphere one here. Fine. This is my SAP Datasphere backend system. So here where is your area? Okay, your area is here, data builder. You are a Datasphere modeler developer. You click the one here, you can see. Okay, these are kind of different types of models you can define. See here, table. I want to create my own table. I want to bring other systems table into my Datasphere. Use this concept, new table. I want to define a view. Okay, see here, this is a view. Modeler one is what is a view. Join two tables and define a view. What view? A graphical view. Okay, and there is a view, SQL view. Okay, through coding, you can join table one and table two. Okay, so when we go for this, we have table. Yes, my table is there here. For example, it is a material table. I want to bring the table. Yes, material table in my Datasphere. Okay, this is what Datasphere DSP system. This is my source system. Any source. Okay, my table is material table. Yes, material table I replicated from the source and I placed into my target system. There is another table that is what material underscore 2. I want to create my own table here. Yes. Okay, I want to maintain data. Business provided a file. Okay. So I imported that file data, and the file data after import, I can see the data, the same file data I can see in form of material 2 table. Okay, material table 1, material table 2. Material table 1 is there from the source system. That is what S by 4 system. S by 4 system. Yes, here it is. Okay, S by 4 system. This is my source is S by 4 system. Okay. Now, like this orders table, sales orders table. Yes, bring the table. Yes. You want to create your own table? Yes, you can. Okay. So that means that is a concept of the data warehousing. Means what? See, we have, there is a city, Bangalore. There is a central warehouse, go down. And this is my plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 manufacturing units are there in Bangalore city. So at the end of the week, every Friday, they deliver the goods, whatever they manufactured, whatever they produced, all the goods move to one central location. So that is the data warehousing. That means data, all the goods, whatever goods there here manufactured. So keep all the goods from diverse locations. Okay, this is what summary of the goods. Overall total number of goods are there here. Okay, for every Friday they deliver the goods to the central location. This is kind of a warehouse. Okay, So if I define a report on top of this, I can see only, okay, whatever goods we produce, I can see only the details here. Okay, not all. I need to see a global report. For that purpose, bring all data from diverse source systems. Fine. So the other example for this is, we have my business is there in US, my business is there in UK, okay, in Europe region, and business is there in Asia Pacific, India. Okay, so my top level management, they want to see some set of reports. Okay, some set of reports. Okay, they need to know from the years, they need to know the sales data from 2022 till date. They want to know the sales, how many orders received, okay, how many, okay, delivery status they want to see, okay, and they want to see the invoice status. Okay, overall sales they want to see that. Okay, where the data is there. Okay, the business units are there in 3 countries. The sales data is there. Okay, the corresponding sales data is there in their corresponding country location. Yes. Now I need to bring all the data because they need a global report, right? They need a global report. They want to see the data in form of reporting. Okay, all global data they want to see in form of reporting. For what purpose? For analytical purpose. Okay, to take some strategic decision. What is the meaning of strategic decision? Buy a pen, buy a book is what, no need to do analysis. Directly you buy a book and buy a pen. But to buy a car, to buy a house, to buy a site, to start a business, to choose a course, what is required? Analysis is required. So analysis is required, yes. But how do I do my analysis? Okay. So to do analysis, what is required? Yes, data is required. What kind of data is required? Collective data is required. How should I bring my collective data? The data is there from location 1. ఇదిగో నువ్వు గొడవ చేయ మాకు. Okay, this is what location 1, location 2, and location 3. Data is there. Here it is, some 5 lakh records, some here, some 6 lakh records, some here, some 10 lakh records. Okay, bring data from diverse locations. But what is the one here? This is called a central warehouse server. So this is your SAP Datasphere. SAP Datasphere is the server. Bring data 5 lakhs plus 6 lakhs plus 10 lakhs. Total 21 lakh records data, which covers data from 2022 to till date. Okay, 2000, okay, 25 till date. Yes, data is there. On top of that, you explore the reports. Okay, so what I need to bring data here, I need a connection. Okay, connection is required. 3 different locations, 3 different source systems. For example, the first one is SAP S/4 HANA system. This, and the second one is, it would be Oracle database. This is the solution they are using. Okay, and here the last one, here it is the, yes, the source system is kind of a web server. Okay, Amazon web server. Okay, Google web server. Okay, the business is dead. Amazon is taking a number of orders, fine. But where it stores? It stores in form of table. Okay, it is a web-based tool, so that's why it stores all data through that web server. It stores all data in form of table. It would be a MS SQL database or a HANA database or a Oracle database, whatever it is. Okay, right. So overall is this. On top of 21 lakh, yes, you define reports. Okay, define reports. Fine. So here, this is the requirement. The first thing is, this is the requirement. To define the requirement, identify the source system, this layer, and maintain the target server, yes, and maintain the connections and do, okay, define the models. Where do I keep all my 21 lakh? I need a target, correct? The target you need to define, models you define, and explore, transfer the data from source system to target system, okay? From source system to target system, you bring, yes, and store all data, and then define a report on top of this, correct now? So validate the reports, and then validate the reports and hand over data to those reports to business. Okay, you are a modeler. What are your activities? Your activities are simple, from step number B to step number H. Okay, you are responsible to execute the entire flow. Okay, so here, what are the things here in my Datasphere? You need to define model here, graphical view. Okay, my table is there from like, okay. So here table 1 is there from my source system 1. Okay, order table is there. Okay, it is what US data is there in my source system 1. Okay, the same order, sales orders data, it is there. Okay, that means I need to bring the orders from the Europe orders and the Indian sales, that is what sales system through, okay, source system 3, the same thing. So I need to bring the orders. Okay, here how many records? 5 lakh records. Here it is 6 lakh records. Here it is some 7 lakh records. So bring the table into database. Okay, so here all the data you can keep. So whatever table is there, this is what order table 1, order table 2, order table 3. You bring the tables to here with the data, and finally I can see you define a model. What is that? Graphical view. Yes. So my graphical view contains how many records? Total 21 lakh records. Okay, so here 21 lakh records. On top of that, you define a report. Okay, now I need to do some customization. Yes. Okay, so you can define reports in 6 dimensions. Okay, material wise, location wise, region wise, office wise. Okay, with the different dimensions you can. Okay, so there is other one, that is what SQL view. Okay, SQL view. Yes. Sorry, SQL view. Yes, here. So bring the tables. Fine. You need to define a view, that is what SQL view. That means through SQL coding you can define. That means I need to add a logic. Okay, extra logic, complex logic I want to add. Okay, I need to apply some if else conditions. Okay, so through SQL code, SQL view, you can do that. Okay, so that is, you can execute the same reports on top of the SQL view here. The second one. Next is the entity relationship model is just a business blueprint. Okay, so I have a table, 10 tables I need to join, but I don't know what are the common fields in the 10 tables. So define entity relationship flow model. It will show like kind of a map. Okay, you are visiting a resort, for example. So in that resort, you need to know, okay, so total what things are there in that 2 acres or 3 acres resort. So it will give an overview of that. Okay, so the dinner hall, the office, the okay, gaming area 1, gaming area 2, 3, 4, like this, some lake, okay, swimming lake, all these things they just provide in form of map, right? Location map for that resort, okay, which is occupied 5 acres land. So kind of here entity relationship model I need to know. Okay, so what are my, let's see this. Okay, entity relationship model. Yes, this is the one here. Okay, this is my table 1, there table 2, table 3, table 4, table 5, okay, table 6, table 7. Okay, so right, I need to, okay, link up. This is my central table. Yes, how do I link table 1 to table 2 and 3? Okay, like this. How do I link to my central table. Okay, there should be some common ID, right? So it will give a overall picture of the tables and the fields and the common fields, how to join. It gives the overall picture of each and every table with the primary key, foreign key relations. So that is what entity relationship manage model. Next, there is the analytical model. Means, okay, so here this one, here it is. The last one is the analytical model, AM. AM means analytical model. Okay, define a model 1, define model 2 on model 3 is the final one. That is what? Analytical model. Okay. Now, yes, that is what? Model, analytical model. So you can define that analytical model. Next is data flow model. Yes. So, okay. So next is the ERM model. That means it gives the overall the tables, okay, the relations and the foreign key, the primary key. It will tell that ERM model. So what next? Analytical model. Analytical model. Yes, analytical model is the final one. Okay, so you can define reports on that. AM, analytical model. Okay, so what is the advantage of this? So you can define model 1 and model 1 define model 2, define model 3. My model 3 is the analytical model, is the final one. There are some advantages with this. Okay, I will explain with that and that during the session start. Fine. So next is the data flow. Yes, DF, data flow. So I have a table 1, you join table with the table 2. Okay, right? So table 1, table 2, you join these two tables. Okay, now I need to add some script for this. Okay, some logic on the join conditions. Okay, it will show a result table. For example, that is what, okay, join these two tables. Let me do this. Okay, 1 minute. One minute. Yeah. So you can see data flow. It is same as your graphical view, but it has multiple, okay, multiple options. Okay. Say 1 minute. Yes, this is the one. Okay, so you can see, yeah. So here, okay. Okay, let me elaborate from here. Okay, so your data layer is kind of a data builder. It contains 11 objects. Okay, so where do I see all my 11 objects? So here you see here, all these objects there total. All objects I can see. So the first thing is table. Yeah, you can define a table. Next is these two comes under one area. It is a graphical view, SQL view. Here analytical model, entity relationship model is just a blueprint. Okay, it's just a blueprint model. That's it. Okay, in a paper, how we draw the design, the same way you can see that. That is what entity relationship model. Okay, let's see this. Yes. What is the data flow? It is ETL. It executes the ETL process. Extract, transform, and load. That means extracts the data. Okay, from sources where it extracts from the source system. And transformation. Okay, you can apply your logic, you can add your conditions, filters, and some input parameters, all that. Okay. So to automate this, yes, I can go for this. Let's show me example here. So what is the one here? Two tables there, join, you apply a calculation, apply a filter, and you, okay, you can select the required columns. Say for example, 100 columns there. I need only 60 columns. The remaining 40 you can drop. Okay, there is a node here, projection node. And finally, I can keep my result over here. Okay, this is a flow. Okay, what flow? Graphical view. See the heading. Next is the SQL or SQL script view. That means you can write the code over here. Okay, through coding. Here it is graphical. You can easily capture. Okay, you can define, easily develop the model. But here in SQL, yes, through coding only we can. Okay, you should know the SQL language. The base SQL language is enough. Okay, there is a scripting language also there. That is SQL script language. I will guide you how to write all the code. Fine. Next is the data flow. So data flow is same as your graphical view. You do join, okay, and give the target into the target table. Okay, 15 plus 5 total 20 columns. Here you join this left outer join, but 5 are common columns, so that's why you can't see 20 here. Okay, system itself it drops the common columns, and I can keep all my 15 columns into my target table. Okay, output table. Next, so what are the functions of the flow? You do join, you do union, you do aggregation, apply filter, write the scripting. For scripting, what you need? Python script is required. But I don't know the Python. For example, you can write with SQL. Okay, either you can go for the SQL or else Python. The advantage with the Python is you can you can apply the functionality of the AI base, okay, and the machine learning base, ML. That's the advantage. Okay, it's a high level scripting language which supports the AI components plus the ML components, machine learning components. The replication flows, you can replicate the tables, and that is the power of the data flow. See, for example, here, see the heading data flow object. You do join, you do union, you do projection, aggregation. You can add a table at flow level, and you can write your own script here, Python script. Okay, see here, table 1 projected script, you applied some scripting. Okay, you applied some logic, and finally I can see there. Keep it into my target table. Okay, data flow using Python. Python is a scripting language. Next, so here you can define an analytical model here. Okay, my analytical model, it brings data from the hierarchical data, dimensional data, text data, fact data. So during the sessions I will explain. So this is kind of a model 3. On top of model 3, I can define my analytical cloud reports. Okay, SAP Analytical Cloud is a reporting tool. Next, remote flow. Okay, remote flow is kind of a remote, okay, kind of a replication flow. Means what? It's very simple. I want to replicate from my source system to the target system. I want to replicate multiple tables at a time. Is this possible? Yes. Table 1. Okay, this is my source system. I need to bring, sorry, this is my source system. Okay, this is my, okay, this is my source system. Fine. So I need to bring, yes, this is my table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4. Okay, 3 tables for example. I need to bring these 3 tables into my Datasphere at a time. Is this possible? Yes. How? Okay, copy. Yes. Through replication flow. Through replication flow. Yes. Through replication flow, you can transfer, you can replicate all these 3 tables. Fine. So this is what my source tables. Okay, so we need to simply execute from source to target here. So in one flow, I can replicate all three tables from source to target. For this, what I need a flow that is what replication flow, which is there here. See here, replication flow. Okay, see here, the icon you see here, three are the source left side and the targets are there here. Okay, VBAK table from here, yes, bring here. VBAP sales order item table. Okay, VBUK or condition table, whatever it is, you can bring to here. Okay, in one shot, at one time, you can bring all data, all the tables with the structure and data, and you can define a model on top of this. You join these three tables and define a model. Yes. Okay, you define a model by joining all these three tables. Fine. So that is the replication flow. So what else next is? That is replication flow. Yes. So next is the transformation flow. Okay. So is used to load and transform data from various sources into target table. Okay. Very important thing. This is same as like our replication flow, but slight difference is there. Okay. 1 minute. Now, for example, I'm talking about the transformation flow. This is my source system. This is my source system 2. This is my source system 3. Okay. So table 1, same table, table 1. Okay. This is the data, US data, and this one is UK data, and this is India data. Okay. Concept is same, sales data. The bottom one is India data, middle one is UK, and the first one is US data. Fine. So now I need to bring all three countries data into my Datasphere. Okay. So bring the table data. Any questions? Someone is pinging. Yeah. So now bring the data from here to here. Bring the table. Okay. So maintain the table here. And next is maintain the table here. Maintain the table here. Yes. Okay. So three local tables. You maintain three local tables. These three local tables are getting the data from the three corresponding source systems. But in data flow case, its source system is same. Okay. Here, three different source systems transferred, replicated the tables into the target system. Fine. Now I need to create a transformation flow. My transformation flow keep all the data into a target table. Yes. Okay, it's all your wish. If you want to maintain three target tables, yes. Or else if you want to maintain a single target table, yes. It's all your wish. So the target table, it brings data, transfer data from the local table to the next level tables. Transformation flow. Okay, it supports the deltas, all that. Okay. So today I transferred all 10 lakh records, but some next day I got some 1,000 new records here. 1,000 new records. I need to move these 1,000 new records. And next is the 500 records have been changed. The changed records. I need to move these 1,500 records to the target system. Okay, on immediate basis. So transformation flow will take care of that. Okay. Right. So that is the concept of the transformation flow. I will show one example, multiple examples on this. Yeah. Next is the this is what analytical model. Okay, so the analytical model serves as the foundation of the analytical consumption. See, multiple tables are grouped and maintained here. Okay, I will explain that one. Next is intelligent lookup. Yes. So intelligent lookup, see, it allows to connect data from different source systems, even with the dissimilar keys, by defining rules to match records. Some records, due to some typo mistakes, sometimes system stops those records. For example, the data is there like this. Okay, see, sales order data is there from source system to target system. Okay, so my sales orders are there. Okay, so there are some 100 orders. Say for example, the order sample record I am placing here. The location is Bangalore. Okay, so the location is Bangalore, city is Bangalore, and total, okay, the order value is 100 or 1000. Okay, so for example, this is the order value. He purchased material 1. Okay, the order value is 1000. Fine. So we safely transfer these records to here. Okay, so it checks the validity and fine. But the next day, there is one more record ordered by the other customer. The record value is like this: BGN. City is maintained like this: Bangalore city name. So due to some typo mistake, they placed like this. Same material to something. Okay, they order some 2000. Okay, then my system stops because the city name is incorrect. Okay, but I want to place this, okay, to into my target system. How I define this? For this, you need to maintain a role. Okay, so you define the role. So in the rule you should mention, okay, so the Bangalore he should map. Okay, so BNG. Okay, you write some this kind of rule or definition you write. That means system simply it accepts this record also. Okay, ఇదిగో తగ్గించవే, BNG is here, BGN is here. Okay, with the help of the rule, yes, my Datasphere system it accepts. This is a concept of intelligent lookup. Intelligent lookup. You are a modeler, you are a developer, you should maintain the rules for this, and then system will process the data continuously. So at the time of reporting level, you apply the corrections and can see the data. Okay, right. So that is the concept of intelligent lookup. Yes. Next is the chains. Okay, you are loading data from here, from the source system to the target system. So on daily basis, so system should get the data in case of any changes, in case of any new records, whatever delta is there. Okay, it should update to here. Correct now? Like your bank statement. So when you do transaction, system should update and keeps the right values. If you debits and credit, whatever it is, system should updates the latest value. Should keep the right value always. So that is kind of a delta. Every day morning, you will get a message from your HDFC, the current closing balance value. Okay, as on yesterday, this is the closing balance value. So it will show the latest updates, okay, to you. So to do the loading, okay, what is required? This task chain is required. Okay, so it is in a schedule base. Every day night 10 o'clock, I want to execute my load. Whatever tables, every day I'm transferring the table data. Okay, for example, around 60 tables data on daily basis after 10 o'clock, after business hours. Yes, system supports that with the help of the task chain. Link all the 60 objects here and then execute that one. Okay, schedule that one and then execute. Every day 10 o'clock, it starts the execution. Whatever the latest data is there in the source system, the same it keeps into my target system. So that is the power of the task chain. Okay, right. So multiple things are there here. Fine. Now, so next there is a builder. Okay, that is what business builder. So that is also there. Wait a minute. Okay. So here this is task chain. Yes, business builder. Business builder means yes. Like in ECC and S4 system, there is a concept of info set. These are here it is business builder. Yes, dimensions there, facts there, fact model there, consumption model is there. Okay, so you are familiar with that. Say for example, there is a table for example. Okay, EKKO is a purchase order table and EKPO is a purchase item table. EKET is a scheduling item table. Okay, these are the three tables. They are in the source level. I want, okay, I'm the user. I want to join, okay, these three tables. Okay, so I want to join these three tables, fine. And I need fields from here, okay, from the EKPO. I need 6 columns. I need 4 columns from here. I need 2 columns from here. So total, I'm the user, business user. I'm not the developer. Okay. I want to define my own view, my own model with the 12 columns. Is that fine? Yes. Is that possible? Yes. Okay. So business users, they can define their own models. The business user too, he wants 8 columns from table 1, 5 columns from table 2, and 3 columns from table 3. Okay, so simply they join these 3 tables, fine, and they define, okay, so 13 total 16 columns they need. Okay, so that means SAP source systems, they provide access to users to define their own model. The same concept is applicable here. So business builder, okay, so they define whatever you developed here. For example, I defined my models. What models? Model 1, model 2, model 3 I defined. So the business builders, what they need is the business builder. Yes, the business users, they need a model. Okay, they want to use this model, third model. Okay, yes, okay, so they define their own model. That is what the fourth model they define. Okay, so that is defined, accessed by the business user. Okay, on top of that, yes, they can define a report. Okay, they can define a report. So here, based on the third model, the business people, they define this model and then they can define their own report. Okay, right. So that is what business builder. They can define the dimension models, fact models, okay, and the consumption models. Right. So what else next? Yes, business builder for dimensions. Okay, tax, consumptions, all this. Next is the transports. Okay, say we have the landscape in general systems, SAP systems, or any system. Okay, any project system, it should maintain the landscape. The landscape is okay. I'm going to conclude in next 5 minutes. Yes, this is my development system. This is my quality system of Datasphere, and this is my production system, live system. Okay, so you develop the objects here. Okay, there are some 30 objects I developed. Fine. So I defined the objects, everything is fine. I validated, tested everything. Then I had to move those objects from there to here. Okay. So there is a concept of export and import. Do export from here and do import in the quality system. Then you can see all 30 objects. The same process you can move to, okay, dev to production or quality to production based on the transport path. Yes. Okay, they do that. Okay, that means you create objects here in your okay development system. Okay, create the objects in development system, fine, here, and maintain those objects, develop here and move those objects to here. In case of changes, for example, so first version, my object contains only 80 columns. Yes, the 80 columns object move to quality and production. So next level, I need to move the same objects with the changes, okay, to the quality and then production. As per the landscape, you should provide this. You should do that in case of changes. Version 1 is 80 columns, version 2 is 85 columns. Whatever the copy, whatever the object it is, you should maintain the same object in all layers. Right. That's the one. So that is the concept of the transports. Okay, it requires a bundle, nothing but a package. So you can do import, export, or SAP Cloud Transport Management System, SAP CTM. Okay, so because this is a cloud system, so it requires a cloud CTM. CTM means Cloud Transport Management. Yes. Okay, so I will show the because here it is a free trial. So whatever possible things I will show. Okay, and if not possible, I will explain with some screenshots. I will explain theoretically. Yes. Yeah, please. Any questions now?
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
please.
actually, I have one. If we want to do some reports and everything, so why we are not going for enhancement? In
Ah,
SAP enhancement also, we are able to do that, right? Reports with the
correct.
taking multiple tables and everything.
Yes, yes. So that's why in case of any very good question, see my table has 10 columns at the moment. Okay. I want
Hmm.
to do some for a very good question. Yes. Okay. My table is EKKO, EKPO, fine. It has the columns of, for example, 70 columns. So the same table replicated over here, EKPO is replicated with the 70 columns, fine. Now after a
Hmm.
month, okay, I enhanced the table with the Z fields, okay, 70 already there with some 5 fields. Now I need to
Hmm.
move the same 5 columns over here. How do I do that? You apply the replication flow. The replication flow is what? Replication flow, okay, whatever there in the source system, the same it copies into the target system, fine. So when you do this replication process, when you run the replication flow on daily base, the same 5 columns over here, it maintains whatever the delta, a structure wise delta or a data wise delta, whatever it is, it maintains. Okay, through replication flow we can achieve that. Yes. Yeah, any other questions? Hope it is
But
answered, right?
in the application flow,
Yeah.
we are getting some five extra columns, right? Which we want.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, extra columns it
but
replicates.
it
What?
can be added.
Yes,
But
yes.
that column added from through
Source,
SAP or from.
source, from source. See, sir, when you do replication, whatever the source is there, the same copy generates and transfers on daily basis. Okay. See,
Uh,
at initial level, it is 70. Correct, na?
hmm.
At initial level. So the next level, it is, say, for example, this is a copy in Jan. In December, this is the object. But in Jan, 5 more fields added. Okay. For example.
Okay,
Okay. So on
okay.
Jan 12th, on Jan 2nd today, for example. So when you
Hmm.
replicate, what happens? So when you replicate, when you run this replication flow, whatever it is, the copy is there, right? EKPO, the
Hmm.
base copy. So the same is regenerated over here. Okay. And then you will get the same 70 plus 5 column objects. System will copy the whole structure here.
But
Okay.
that one also we can do in enhancement, because if we did some enhancement with some input, with some date range,
Hmm.
okay, uh,
That is
then
different. That is in core BW, in core ECC, in core S4 HANA. Yes, we do that enhancement. But here it is an automated approach. Okay, it is a scheduled process, right? Whatever is there, that's the advantage over here. Instead of doing manual all these things, whatever copies, source copies, yes, source objects are there. System generates a copy and keeps the one here into the target. Yeah.
okay, I got it. Just I want to show a live. So
I will also check.
okay.
Are there any other additions for this? I will also check on this. Yeah. Very good. Very
Yeah.
good question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hope you understood, right? The whole concept.
Hmm.
Yes. So what I do is I'm planning to start the batch. I actually scheduled from tomorrow. Okay. I will check with the people. Okay. Because still people are in holiday mode. Okay. So if possible, I will start from tomorrow or else from Monday onwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are okay with my training, with my demo class, everything, so what would be the right time to continue the class for you? What would be the right time?
Actually, this month, actually, I am not doing. I need to discuss with my wife.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, she also, you have recorded that. Can you share that record? I will show her. If she is okay and everything, then we will start after the month end because this month